So, Max Portnoy, how's it going with you in this wonderful world we call music today?
It's good. We got a couple tours coming up with the band. We've been getting a lot of good reviews, so we're excited.
So, tour dates, that's going to be great to promote this album, A Light in the Dark.
I'm not sure if a lot of people know about this, but there's actually a six-song concept that runs through the whole album. Six of the songs: "The Edge of Sanity," "You Are Not Me," "A Lonely Walk," "Control," "Legacy," and "Blood in My Hands." They all kind of go together lyrically. It's about a guy who's, suffering from multiple personality disorder, and he has a bad personality that's telling him to do bad things, and the whole time he's trying to fight it and overcome it, and try and do the good things, and forget about his bad personality, but it takes over and makes him do bad things. So, "A Light in the Dark" kind of went with it because eventually, when it takes over, his whole body and everything makes him do the bad stuff. He's thinking that it's good then, when it's not. So even though he's doing all the bad stuff, he still thinks he's doing good stuff. Hence, like a light in the dark.
Where's the artwork come from to create it?
Steven Van Balen, he made the artwork on the album, and once we had the idea, a light in the dark, my idea was just to get like a black room and just have a candle just kind of there, and then he gave us the artwork, and he had like the candle in the guy's hand and everything, and it came out good. And we had like the wax turning into blood, which we thought was a really cool thing. So that's kind of where that came from.
Hey, Max, you're not only playing drums, but you edited your video, the lyric video for You Are Not Me. How is that process? You work a lot with videos and stuff yourself?
Yeah, I've actually taken a couple, filming courses over the summer, like a couple summers ago, and filming something that I'm also very into. I mean, not as much as drumming, but in the future maybe I'd want to make a couple movies or something and see what happens. But so since I took all those courses and since I'm into it, I'm trying to utilize it for the band. Making like the lyric video, and maybe making some maybe behind the scenes stuff, but. When I made the video, I just used iMovie, and it took a while, but it was pretty easy. I just got the music, I took the artwork from the album, and just threw it together and made it in like a day. So it was. I think it came out pretty good.
It did. What do you think of iMovie with iPad? Is it that you use, or an iMac?
I used my laptop, which is an iMac, and basically had like all the features I needed on it.
What do you think of iPads, and stuff like that? With the technology today, you can almost record an album with it.
If you would ignore my phone that's ringing in the background. um, I have an iPad. It's a very old one, though. I mean, I haven't used, one of the newer models with all that stuff, so I'm not exactly sure. I mean, the iPod I have is a really old one. I got it when I was little. And I just kind of, have all my TV shows that I bought on there and just my music. I just kind of like listen and watch this stuff. But, I haven't really done anything with the new technology for iPad.
Max, let's go here and say, what's the influences for this album mostly that you guys created this album with?
Well, for me as a drummer, obviously my dad's my biggest influence. Like without him, I probably wouldn't have decided to choose drums. I mean, I probably would have later in my life. I mean, from watching him on tours and stuff, really got me to want to, do what he does from an early age, like the age of like 3. So without him, I probably wouldn't have been doing this stuff this early in my life. But, other drummers that have influenced me are like Joey Jordison and Chris Adler. I love, fast metal drumming, and I like those quick fills and stuff. So they're my biggest influences in drumming. But, as a band, we love stuff like Dream Theater, Metallica, all like that kind of stuff. But, for me, I guess my biggest band influence overall would be Slipknot, since I've grown up listening to them as well, and I'm a huge fan of them. So they're definitely, for me, my biggest influence.
So like that, when you do go in the studio, you think like them in a sense to play the best you can.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we try to keep it, as original as we can and unique, but definitely I'm always trying to think of, like, what Slipknot would do. Like, for example, I mean, I didn't intentionally like. It wasn't like I wanted to rip off Slipknot, but you know how they have kegs in the band. They use them, so and I think it made a really cool sound. So we went and we bought an empty keg and we brought it into the studio and just started hitting it. And I mean it's a sound that I think was really cool that they enveloped. I don't know, and I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to put it into ours.
And that's, a good thing because I mean, your father and them all have their own influences too, coming in the studio and then thinking like certain people. So it does evolve.
Yeah, definitely.
How's life on social media, Facebook and the Twitters and all that stuff for next to none?
Well, we have our main website, which is just nexttonone.net. Then we have a Facebook page and a Twitter. I would say those are used the most. Definitely Facebook is used the most. It's just next to none. You can find us like if you search that in. But on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, we have a page for all of those social medias, and it's next to none band. So if you use Instagram or Twitter or something, just search us for that. And we post mostly just our tour dates and when we're playing. Occasionally we'll post some pictures and stuff or some videos of us, practicing and, just hanging out. So there's a lot of cool stuff on those pages.
And you mentioned Snapchat now. Is that a big social media for bands now, would you say?
I mean, it's not something huge as big as Facebook or Twitter or something that bands are now using, but I've seen it, Thomas is a huge Bless the Fall fan, so he follows Bo on Snapchat, and he just posts stuff of like them, of just his normal life or at shows and stuff. And I follow like Steve-O, and I know he's not a musician, but he's a celebrity and he posts stuff. So I thought it'd be cool. We could make a Snapchat and take videos of us at the shows and getting ready and stuff and post it there for the fans to see. I thought it would be a pretty cool thing.
So it's kind of like Instagram.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
What do you think of your father's Hello Kitty drum set being viral today?
I was literally watching that again. I saw it yesterday, but I was watching it again like 5 minutes before this interview. I thought it was hilarious. I thought that was great.
I think it's gonna get a lot of hits because it is the most funniest thing we've seen in months. I think, at least with drummers, which is great. For future, what we see, we got tour dates, we got this album out. What else can we expect from Next to None? You guys been out for a little while now.
Yeah, the album came out June 29th, so it's been out for a while. But right now we have some tour dates, coming up in this month. We go on tour with Fates Warning starting Friday. And then, we're doing some other stuff in October. I mean, not October, November. It's kind of our own thing with this other local band called ADD. Some of the dates are like, we have the Fates Warning shows. There's 4 of them, the 9th, the 10th, 13th, 16th. We're going to be going to Connecticut, Massachusetts, Michigan, New York. And then for like our own tour, which is with the band ADD, we're going to be going to like all upstate New York area, like Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo. So it's gonna be pretty fun. We got a bunch of other like local shows and just kind of scattered shows around these months. Like if anyone wants to see the exact dates and where they are, just go into our website nexttonone.net. There's a little button that says shows. You just click on it and it'll have a list of all the shows.
Excellent stuff. I wish you luck and success with this, and keep up the great work, Max.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, you have a good one, and good luck with this album, and as well with your tour coming up soon. We'll talk to you again in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, you have a good one. Talk to you again.
You too. See ya.